David, it's a special holiday edition of Naked Lunch.
And we're phoning it in once again and letting you phone in and, be our guest.
David, please, can you not hold the mistletoe over my head? It's not going to happen.
Let's spill the beans, chew the fat, food for thought and jokes on tap. Talking with our mouths full, having fun. A piece of cake and humble pie, serving up a slice of life. Leave the dressing on the side, it's Naked Lunch. Clothing optional.
My name is Dorese, and I'm calling from Chicago. I am a co-host of the Shaun Squad Society Podcast, and I'm so excited to talk to you today.
Tell us about your podcast. What is that?
Okay, the Shaun Squad Society Podcast is a fairly new podcast founded by 4 ladies, 3 of us from Chicago, 1 from Oklahoma, and our podcast is about all things Shaun Cassidy. We talk about anything and everything, 6 degrees of separation down to right there in front of your face being Shaun Cassidy.
Wow.
And we talk, we actually listened to his Naked Lunch podcast interview, and you guys were so kind. I put a post in through, as the kids say, I slid into your DM, David. If I can call you David.
Oh, please. You can call me worse than that.
We'll save that for after the show. Also, real quick, Phil, you were a rock star. I just watched you. I think it was on Celebrity Family Feud, and you did very well, my friend.
Oh, that you mean Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm getting old. I get my game shows all confused. It was Wheel of Fortune.
I think I found a new career. Spinning a wheel.
Well, you certainly know how to spell. But back to...
Yes, I think anyone who likes Shaun Cassidy is going to love your podcast, all about him.
And by the way, we loved having Shaun on the podcast.
What a great guy.
It was a very popular episode. We rode him up the charts like he rode the charts with like Hey Deanie. And it was a very unusual podcast if people haven't heard it because he wasn't here when it started. He was stuck in traffic. And so we did, I think, the first 45 minutes with him on the road.
In the car. Yeah. Have you met him yet?
Correct.
Dorese, have you met him yet?
I have had the pleasure of meeting Shaun in Chicago right before one of his shows he was doing post-pandemic. One of his first shows he was doing after the pandemic. And I'm really sad because he did take a picture, but he had his mask and I had my mask. So we look like a couple of bandits about to rob a venue.
Well, I have a feeling you're going to have another chance.
Oh, I really hope so. We're hoping to get him on our show one day. But until then, we're just hoping that the word gets spread and he hears all about it. We were fortunate enough to have someone attend a recent concert of his, and they gave him one of our flyers, and he said, "Oh, I've heard of them," and I almost hit the floor because I'm famous, but we won't talk about my picture being in the post office across the country.
Whoa. Wait a minute. What did you do? This now could turn into something really good.
What didn't I do when I was a youth? What's a youth? I'm just going to say God gave me my 20s and I enjoyed them.
Wow.
So those were good, fun days.
I have one question for you, which is, Shaun was a very popular episode. Peter Frampton around the same time was a very popular episode. Can you tell me, and I know your heart is with Shaun, and as is ours, but are there any other great artists you love who you'd love to hear do lunch with us that we should approach?
There are so many. This is good. That is an excellent question. because I am all about the 70s and 80s.
Me too.
And I love today. I do. I'm all into today. So if we're talking most current people, I love Darius Rucker and I love Garth Brooks.
Wonderful.
Those are my current.
We had Darius on, and he was wonderful. He's a good friend of mine and a new friend of Phil's, who I think they're going to be dining any time
Wonderful.
now.
Wonderful guy.
But Garth Brooks, I worked with on the ACM Awards this year and have worked with him over the years. Wonderful, great guy.
We got to get him on.
We should be so lucky, but
Yeah.
I would love that. And now I will rededicate myself for you. And then maybe I'll pressure him to do a duet with Shaun Cassidy so that you can have the ultimate record.
Oh my God, that would be just wonderful. Because like you said, Garth Brooks he is just a wonderful guy all the way around, super talented, heart in the right place. Every time I read a quote, it's always just so heartwarming. And I watched him receive his Mark Twain Award for his music catalog, his writing and everything. And someone asked him at the ceremony that they were televising, what was your greatest accomplishment or what are you most proud of or something like that. And he said, being a dad, just nothing to do with his writing, his music, his career as a performer. It was about his family. I love Garth Brooks. Always have.
All right, Garth, the word is out. We will take, even if you won't do it, Chris Gaines, your alter ego, can do it. But thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for doing this. Thanks for calling.